Hey everyone, it feels like forever since I've done one of these videos. Today I'm talking about a series of Helena Bonham Carter's films, and today we have 4. So first up is actually the latest one I watched. This is the 1988 film La Maschera. This is actually an Italian film, and it is a romantic love story, and there's a lot of theatrical elements to it, and our main guy wears a mask. And then it's all about hidden identity and how we view beauty on the outside rather than the inside. Because it is English subtitles, it's a little bit hard to follow. Or at least you have to pay full attention. You can't look away, otherwise you get a bit confused. But for me, visually, it was stunning. I have never seen costumes like it. Helena's costumes in this are phenomenal. Out of every single film that she's done, this one has the best costumes. And as long as you don't mind foreign films, I would definitely recommend it. Second one is A Hazard of Hearts, and again we have another love story. Helena has never looked so adorable as she does in this one. She is very young in this one. And basically, she finds herself in a prospective arranged marriage, and she goes to stay with his prospective husband in his house, and he has a kind of vindictive mother, and we have battle of sides, and she doesn't really fit in. And it is a very good story. I like the way it develops, and for me, I think the characters are great. They're really likeable or dislikable in a really enjoyable fashion. Costumes are great, setting is great, script is fine. It's a nice film. It will never ever be my favourite film, but I would watch it again and I do recommend it. Keep the Aspidistra Flying. I think a lot of people have seen this one. Richard D. Grant and Helena Bonham Carter, of course. And this one, Helena is actually not our protagonist, she is our protagonist's lover. Richard D. Grant plays a poet who decides to pack everything in and become a proper full-time poet. And of course everything goes a little bit and things don't go smoothly, and he becomes emotionally incapable and financially struggling. And obviously a lot of that impacts on Miss Bonham Carter's character here. I'm really rubbish with remembering names, that and the fact that I actually watched this 2 months ago. But it's very good as a writer. I can kind of relate to the pain that's in it. But it is enjoyable, smooth sailing, great characters, good cast, great cast, perfect cast. And I definitely recommend this one too. And the last one we have is A Dark-Adpated Eye, which is an adaptation of a Barbara Vine novel. And I did read the novel long before I watched this, and I hated it. Every second word was an adjective and I couldn't get into it. It was overly descriptive and nothing was left to the imagination, and not in a good way. So I was really nervous to watch this one because I was hoping it would be a better version of the novel, and it was. We learned very quickly in the beginning that Faith's aunt was hanged for murder, and the entire story is telling us about how that came about. So we know that she is hanged for murder, but we don't know how that came about, and the story is so fascinating. We have two actors playing Faith. One of them is Helena Bonham Carter playing the narrator of our Faith, and the other one is the little girl Faith, when we go back in time. And I'm not going to say anything more about the story or the different plot elements that run together to lead up to this reveal of the murder, because it is so fascinating and so surprising. And again, with a lot of great films that I love, we have characters that we trust, but then we suddenly realise we shouldn't be trusting them, and they're actually a lot more vindictive than we think. And there are a lot of surprises in this. I should say I didn't get to the end of the Barbara Vine novel because I couldn't do it. So I didn't know what to expect in the end, and it was definitely a surprise and definitely wonderful. Needless to say, those 4 Helena Bonham Carter films were quite splendid, and I do recommend them all. And I will hopefully be doing another one of these sooner rather than later. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye!